Last week, I got into a bit of an argument with my wife over cubs. And it got quite heated from my side and from her side as the parent and me as a scout leader. Now, context-wise, let me just rewind a little bit. This is in regards to my son's cub camp, all right? So he doesn't come to my scout group. He goes to another one local to our house where his friends from school go to cubs, all right? So cub camp was a few weeks ago. And as always probably predicted, just 2 days before cub camp, he falls ill. He's got a cold. He feels horrible. He doesn't want to go cub camp. So my wife went, well, surely we'll be able to get a refund in our money. Now we've paid, I think it was about 30 quid for the camp. And she expects the money to return like that. So as a scout leader, I kind of give her my views of saying, well, it's not as simple as, okay, Thomas is ill. He can't make camp. But the scout group, they've paid for the activities. They were going to go and do zip line. They were doing archery. They were doing stuff on site that needs instructors. They've paid for the pitch and they've also paid for the food because this is 2 days before camp. This isn't like a week in advance. And she said, yeah, but it's not fair. We've lost out on money. So, well, these are the reasons. As the group, they've already prepaid these things. And if they start returning money back, the group's going to be at a loss for the camp. And that's not a good thing, is it? So it got me thinking, what do other groups do for cancellation, lastminute.com? What do I do in my group? Well, it's about context, all right? So if it's like us in my situation, last minute, the day before, 2 days before camp, and the young person is just ill, they got a snotty nose, they don't feel right. And like I say, I explained to my wife that it's the same situation. If food has been paid for, we just can't refund that money. Okay, I understand it. It's not nice for the parents. They've lost money. But it is what it is. It's a bit like, going to a concert. If you feel ill, you can't claim your money back. If you go to the cinema and buy a ticket in advance or something, a big show, you can't get your money back. And that's the same situation as Scout Group. I asked fellow Big Man Woods followers, what do they do in their Scout Group? And it's very mixed. Some give a partial refund, some give 40%, some wait until the camp. If they break even, they can refund the money. It's been advised that, okay, we can't give you that money back, but we might be able to give some discount to the next camp. So we could take that money off the next camp. This is where it starts getting a little bit complicated and a bit like in my group as well. If we have some advance warning, I'm talking like a week ahead, 2 weeks ahead, maybe little Johnny, unfortunately, is having surgery or something along those lines where it's just out of our hands, out of the parents' hands, then if we as a scout group haven't paid for that food bill and things like that, we probably could give 100% refund. Now, in the clause of signing up to the camp, I do put on it, there's a non-refundable deposit. And if things are paid for, unfortunately, we can't refund the whole money. And that's what seems from you guys reporting back to me saying that's what we do in our group. If there is, weeks in advance, we can refund that money. But it seems everyone's following the same situation as me, which my wife doesn't agree with, that if you do cancel 24, 48 hours before, you just can't give a refund. Purely because you've already paid for all that stuff, in particular the food. And as we know, food at the moment costs a fortune. And we just can't give that money back, unfortunately. If circumstances are different, if that parent, if that family are struggling for money, if financial reasons, then we could go to the trustee board and ask them, is it okay? Can we support this family? Can we give them a refund? Because 50 quid is a lot of money to many families. And, unfortunately, they can't make camp. So that's a question for the trustee board. And that's what you guys have been suggesting to me as well. So my wife, she understood after I kind of explained the situation that, okay, I understand Thomas is ill, but these are the reasons. And she kind of spun around and saw it from my side as a scout leader. Well, guess what? 24 hours, he perked up. We did go to cub camp on the Saturday morning. It was a fantastic time. We didn't have to go down that route by asking the cub leader, is there any chance of a refund or something like that. Fellow scout leaders, this is my question to you for this week's vlog. What do you do in those circumstances? You get a phone call, you get an email, say that little Johnny's poorly the night before cub camp, scout camp, whatever camp, and the parents are asking for the full refund. Comment below, what would you do in this circumstances?